Hello everybody. Welcome back to BrokeN Boys. We've had a whole bunch of normal episodes recently, and this is another one.
Yeah.
And my name is Mike, or this is episode 98, and my name is Mike.
And this is episode 98, and my name is Colin.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Of course.
But yeah, we've had a bunch of themed episodes recently. We had the Brokies a couple episodes back. If you haven't watched that, please go check that out. I thought the that's always entertaining to do. It takes a long time, but it's fun to edit and all that kind of stuff, and record, of course, as well.
You did a great job editing it, Mike. I'm proud
Thank
of
you. I appreciate it.
Did another watch party with my siblings.
Oh, did they enjoy it as well?
They had a good time.
That's
they
good.
Enjoyed your performance.
Oh yes.
When Machine Gun Kelly won for worst album art, did you put a soundbite of him?
No, I don't think so. I don't remember exactly what I did there. Was it someone going like boo or something?
No, it was some guy going yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. No, that wasn't him. It was I just looked up like sound effects or whatever, and that when I was looking for cheering and stuff for the other ones, that one was there. Just one guy going yes. I was like, oh, I gotta use that somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, that one, and then I was also. I really love the when Star Spangled Banner won.
Yeah,
just a little bit of the "Oh my the freaks!"
Yeah.
Just kind of hid that in the applause. Yeah, it's a fun episode. You guys should go watch that if you haven't already. But
like
yeah,
30 views, something like that.
Something like I think it was 25. So I mean, almost there. But yeah. But we to drop the facade for a second, we recorded a lot of episodes in advance. So
it's been like a month since we've seen each other.
Yes. So. Well, not since we've seen each other, but since we've recorded together. But
well, that was the last time we saw each other.
Was it really? Oh wait, yeah, it was. I forgot that we did our little Secret Santa thing beforehand. Yeah. Maybe that was the last time. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a month. He could have like a full beard now, and never know. Yeah. I still don't know because now we're on Discord. So, yeah. So there's kind of a lot of ground to cover. But first off, I'm gonna ask you, how are you doing?
I'm good, Mike. Went to Disney last week. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Had a great time. It was nice and warm. I've never been anywhere warm for a cold month. Mm-hmm. So. It's nice and warm. I never wanted to kick old people and children more than I have that week.
Yes, of course. Yeah, when we went to Disney with my family a lot of years ago now. That's actually probably been like 10 years at this point. We also went during December, so yeah, it's quite a feeling when you're an Illinois boy going to Florida for the winter. It's nice. Did you see like a bunch of old people like shivering at 60 degrees or something?
No, it wasn't that. It was just because like in previous years, the first week of January is supposed to be like dead, like super dead. But
really interesting.
Yeah, but it was super busy, like extremely busy. There's just people at every corner, at every just everywhere, and. Just old people being assholes, not really knowing how to be polite and shit. There were kids saying, "Excuse me" and "sorry," but the old people just get in front of you and wouldn't say anything.
Don't care.
We would yeah, and then we would loudly mock them.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
As you should.
we were in, yeah, no, we were in line for Haunted Mansion the first on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and we were just talking amongst each other. It was 8 of us just in line waiting, um, and like there's this old lady behind my younger brother, and no, none of us are noticing her, but she's going, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me," um, and then she's like, "I guess nobody's hearing me. I guess, yeah, I guess not." And we kind of just like all turn around, and we're like, "What?" She's like, excuse me," and she like butts up through like the middle of the line to get to her husband, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know because for the entirety we could see her in the line. She was standing like 10 feet behind him because he was on the scooter.
Mm.
Um, but like she was taking up so much space in line
What the hell?
between them, and she butted all the way up there just to take up like 10 feet of space. And it's like, what the huh?
Damn.
It wasn't a great way to start that, but we mocked her throughout the whole week.
Yes. Yeah.
But we had a couple of great cast members, and we had a guy drive us from the airport. His name was Muhammad. He was fantastic. Such a great guy. We all sat in the back of the Sprinter van, and he gets in the van and he's like, "What? Nobody wants to sit up front with me?" And I was like, "You know what, Muhammad? I'll sit up front with you." So I got set up front. He was like, I was just kidding. I was like, no. I will sit up front with you. But he was super nice. He wanted to, he was like, "There's a Waffle House. We can go to Waffle House 24 hours." And we were like, "Yeah." My stepmom and my dad were like, "No."
No. Yeah.
He was like, "White Castles?"
Yum yum.
um, he was great.
I'll try not to get
and
too jealous over you sitting up front next to him.
Hey man, he was just a wonderful man, and I didn't think of you a single time.
Wow.
But
you know what? That doesn't mean just continue your story. It's all right.
Okay.
We're lucky the cameras are off.
I'm looking at you right now. We can see each other, but we can't.
Oh yes,
you can't see us. So
wait, you can see me.
he's staring daggers into my soul right now,
with tears from both
yeah.
eyes.
Like, I'm sorry, but Muhammad.
Yes.
And then we had dinner at Disney Springs that night, and this server, his name was John. He was just, what a guy, He was on top of everything.
Mm-hmm.
He was there at every turn of the hand. He was always on top of everything. Everything off the top of his head. And we had a couple running jokes throughout the trip, and that was the what a guy. Every server was like, "What a guy!
Mm-hmm.
What a guy!" Just a great guy. And then on Tuesday,
we great guys.
Yeah. On Tuesday we did like pictures and stuff, and there was this photographer, and he took us behind to it was like a Star Wars area.
Mm-hmm.
He was like being super real with us. He wouldn't have like the cast member facade where he's like, "Oh, hi friends," that kind of stuff. It was just, he was being straight up, super cool. He did like a really good Mickey impression, and he was like another what a guy moment.
Sorry, that was just kind of funny the way he described it. Like, no, he was super real, super cool. Like, he was down to earth. Did a really great Mickey impression. I just love that combo of information.
Yeah, man. He did great. Man. He was great.
Yeah.
His name was Michael. Really great.
Damn. Now I really gotta try not to get jealous.
Yeah. It's okay. I never call you Michael.
Unless I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is often, and you need to, work on your attitude. But
hey, I edit the episode. I edit it out. That's okay.
But yeah, we didn't see him again until Friday night. We came back because I wanted a lightsaber hilt.
Mm.
Um, and we were walking in. It was me, my youngest brother, my stepbrother, and my dad. We were walking in, and Michael's just standing there where he's like trying to take pictures or like trying to get ready to take pictures with another family. But I see him, and I'm like, Michael! And then my my youngest brother and my stepbrother look over and they see him, and they're like, "Oh my God, Michael! Yeah!" And he like jumps and he's like, "What?" uh, and we're like, "Yeah, Michael!" And I'm like, "Mickey impression," and he goes, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure he didn't recognize us at all, didn't remember us at all, because he takes pictures of like hundreds of people a day.
Right.
So it's just these random ass people eight at night just yelling his name, and he's like, it's just like, what the fuck was that?
That's hilarious.
That's great. Um, yeah, but the new Star Wars land was fantastic. It was really fucking cool. Uh, there's this ride called Rise of Resistance, and it's unlike anything I've ever been on. It was
Mm.
super fucking cool. Um,
What was it like?
it was like, so it's this whole immersive experience. So like you go into this area, and it's like kind of an outside area. Like it's literally kind of outside. And you go into this like transport ship, and you're like flying through. Just to like get to the resistance or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get intercepted by the Empire, and you get in a tractor beam onto like an Imperial Star Destroyer, and the door opens, and it's this huge inside area with like 50 stormtroopers.
Are you in like a seat or something, or are you just like?
No, this is just like to get to the ride.
Okay, sorry.
It's like an immersive experience to get to the ride.
Gotcha.
Um, like you go into the ship, and then a couple of minutes later, the door opens, and you're in a completely different area.
Hmm.
And there's like 50 stormtroopers, and then you get like put in a cell, and then you get busted out, and then the ride starts.
Damn.
So like you go, yeah, it's fucking crazy. Um, but like you go through you're escaping the ship, and like Kylo Ren's after you, and there's a moment where you're like on an elevator, and a lightsaber like comes through the ceiling
Mm.
and like cuts a hole.
That's sick.
um, it was super cool. And then there was like a Tower of Terror moment where it kind of drops you a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
like not a crazy amount. It was really fucking cool. But yeah, that was sick. And then there was a Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Epcot,
Mm.
and I was expecting it to be like, oh, dog barking. I was expecting it to be like, I don't know, it's a normal roller coaster, like kind of like a kiddie thing maybe.
Mm.
That shit was the best roller coaster I've ever been on.
Oh,
It
really?
was, yeah, it was super smooth. Like you start in a row, you go forward through like a space, like a hyper jump kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden, like this giant space monster shows up, and you go backwards all of a sudden,
Mm.
and it's just like you're spinning, and like, the car is like free, like on it's not connected to other cars, so it's like spinning on its own, and like there's music from the movie playing, and it's just like it's hard to explain, but it's like fucking sick, and was not expecting it at all.
Dang.
Um, but really good roller coaster. If you're in Florida, go to Epcot, do that.
If you're in Florida, first
Um,
off, sorry.
yeah,
Second off, go to Epcot, I guess.
yeah. But yeah, it was just a really good trip. I got two lightsaber hilts.
Oh shit.
Uh, I got
Wait,
Anakin's.
is it like just the hilt? Like it's not like one of those like super expensive Like lightsabers, or is it?
Well, it was expensive.
Yeah.
It was like it's like 170 for a hilt.
Oh.
But they're like really high quality metal, and they're like, you know, you can buy a blade at like,
Oh, so the blade is like separate.
yeah, it
Oh,
can be
okay.
unless you buy like a bundle.
Gotcha,
Uh,
gotcha.
I originally wanted to buy like Obi-Wan's, but his only came in a bundle. And originally I was like, I don't really want a blade. I just kind of want the hilt to display.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I bought Anakin's, and it's sick. It's really cool. But then we went to the actual like Star Wars land, and we walked into this store that's got like a bunch of different hilts, and
Mm-hmm.
they were selling Cal Kestis's from the Star Wars Fallen Order game.
Mm.
And I thought they had stopped selling that because I knew they did it last year, but there was like a limited time. And I was like,
Oh
oh man,
shit.
that sucks. But okay. And I saw that and I was like, fuck. No, well, now I gotta buy that. So,
The Disney trap. Yeah.
yeah. But I bought that too. So, and then I had the gift cards that I'd gotten for like Christmas and stuff. So it wasn't like another 170 or whatever. It was like another 100.
Gotcha.
But it was but Cal Kestis is like fucking 15 pounds.
Damn.
So it's not that heavy. It's like really heavy, really awkward, but it's so sick and it's so faithful to the game. Um,
Do you plan on bringing
and
those
then
to your apartment?
yeah, I'm gonna display them.
Cool. I may have to check those out. That sounds cool.
Yeah, they're super. And I did buy a blade because like I gave in. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I had Christmas money, so it wasn't like coming out of my actual
Ass.
like yeah.
Yes.
Uh, but yeah, I bought a blade and just it was so sick. I was so glad to get those.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, and that was good. Sorry, I'm taking a lot of time to talk about
No, you're good.
Disney, but that was good. Christmas was good. Got a couple new Lego sets. Uh, got I got BD1 from the Star Wars game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna display BD1 with my Cal Kestis lightsaber.
Nice.
Um,
Could display it
yeah,
with the one John gave you as well.
yeah. I got a bunch of Star Wars Legos now, so I can put them all together.
Hell yeah.
Um, and then yeah, but otherwise, it's been a nice break. Watched a couple. I didn't see any movies in theaters, but I watched Glass Onion, which was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And then I watched a new movie on Netflix as well called Up the Pale Blue Eye. And it has Christian Bale and the guy who played Dudley in the Harry Potter movie.
I've been seeing him in a lot of stuff recently.
I hadn't seen him in anything. I didn't know if he was still acting or not.
Yeah, I think he was like a big role in The Queen's Gambit, I think it was. And then I also watched that movie The Devil All the Time. That has like
Oh,
Tom Holland in it and Robert Pattinson.
he was in that.
Yeah, he was like played like this really like, I don't know, this preacher or whatever. It's funny because all three of those people I just mentioned are British, but they're all like in the deep South, so they're all
Oh,
putting on like
yeah.
deep Southerner accents. But yeah, no, I saw him in that, and I was like, is that fucking Dudley?
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I watched that movie when it came out, but I didn't realize he was in
Oh,
it.
yeah. I mean, he was
Um,
only in it for like a little bit, but yeah.
oh, okay. But yeah, he played Edgar Allan Poe in The Pale Blue Eye,
Hmm.
which was interesting. But he did a really good job,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, good for that guy.
Yeah.
He put up a good performance next to fucking Christian Bale. So
Exactly.
if that says anything, but yeah. Otherwise, just not wanting to go back to school
Yeah.
and work.
You still
So
have a couple days.
couple days,
Yeah.
and at least I have The Last of Us to look forward to on Sunday.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, but enough about me. How was your break, Mike?
You know, it was a good break for me as well. The first part of it really, I mean, there was a lot of stuff to do because I basically went home well, like I edited the podcasts and all that kind of stuff, and then I went home and went straight into Christmas stuff for the most part. Trying to think
Yeah.
of. I mean, we went to. We do a thing every year where we make cookies with my grandma, me, and my cousins. Like we decorate
Mhm.
them and stuff. And I always make a zombie cookie because that's tradition now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few years ago, one of the because like it's like the cookie template. So like we got stars, we got like little gingerbread people or whatever. We got not actually made of gingerbread, but you know, the people. And one of their, I think originally it was an arm broke off, and I was like, well, this one's not gonna get put on the plate, so I'm just gonna make a zombie cookie. And then now I've been doing that for like 7 years or something. I don't remember. But yeah, this year he was beheaded. That was that was the first time the head has come off. Um, so did that. Had Christmas. Christmas was pretty good. Um,
What'd you get, Mike?
I got a lot of clothes this year, but that's okay.
Oh,
Got a few new flannels. Got a flannel like coat. So maybe I'll actually start wearing my coat more.
there you
um,
go.
got I got a little 21 Pilots like mug thing. I got a lot of food, a lot of candy and stuff. Got some hot cocoa mix I've been trying out, pretty good. Yeah, it was a little bit of a low key in terms, but I didn't really have a lot of stuff on my list in the first place because I made it in the depth of my hellish November. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's okay though. It was still a good Christmas. Still got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of cool shirts. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
cozy. It was cozy. We also watched Glass Onion. Watched that with the family. It's a good movie. James Bond plays Among Us at one point. It's really funny.
He does.
Uh,
Uh,
was
with two now dead people.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. My parents recognized one of them. I didn't know like any of the people in that call. So, but
Steven Sondheim made. He made. He did the music for a bunch of musicals. Like I think he did West Side Story. If I'm being.
I don't think he did West Side Story because I think I know the person who did West Side Story, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know, but okay, that's cool. He did a lot of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, good movie. I also went to a funeral for my first like real funeral. Um,
Oh.
yeah. No, it was for one of my uncles on my dad's side, but like not one of like my dad's like brothers. It was brother-in-law for him.
Oh.
And I don't remember if I've mentioned it on here before, but my dad has like he has 10 siblings. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of family on that side of the family. So I didn't really know him all like too well, which is why I'm not like, super shaken up right now. But yeah, no, that was an interesting experience. Doing that. I mean, I'd been to a funeral when I was really young before, but that was my first time at like an open casket funeral.
Uh,
That was a new experience. But yeah. Uh, rest in peace
yeah.
to him.
Rip in peace.
Yes. But yeah, that was one thing. I saw like this really crazy car accident too. Over break.
Christ. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I went to Disney. I got to see Mickey.
I saw Death and Destruction.
Yes, yes. um, yeah, I don't. I should actually try looking into it again, but it was like a really like weird, surreal experience. The car accident thing, because it was like I don't know, like 8 o'clock at night or something. I was picking up food for my family. We ordered Jersey Mike's, and I went out to go grab it. And I was driving back, and it was like somewhat near my neighborhood. Like it's like that main road that like my neighborhood is well, your neighborhood as well is off of.
Uh-huh.
And I was just driving back. The roads were like kind of empty in front of me, But I see like one car on like the side of the road with their hazards on. I was like, okay, I don't know what that is. Um, but I thought I could see like something in the street. I'm like, I don't know what that is. But as I got like closer, like I was like, is that a person? And I was like, oh yeah. As like I like kind of stopped to analyze the situation. He's like, I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on, but yeah, there was a white car on the side of the road, and like a lady was like outside, like on her phone, like kind of approaching, um, and yeah, that as like I got like closer, I could see it was just there was a person face down in the road. And I was like, oh
Ooh.
yeah, that is not good. But she was already on the phone, and there was one guy already going to help or whatever. Uh, and I don't know. I felt like it's one of those things where like if I were to go back, maybe I should have like stopped and also helped or something. But like there were a bunch of cars behind and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know. I just like didn't know what to do in the situation. So
Yeah.
I just kind of went around. Uh, but yeah, that guy was very much face down on the ground. And when I got home, I didn't even like consider this, and I probably should have. But my parents were like, I wonder if it was like a hit and run or something, or if she had hit him or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even suspect that for some
Mm.
reason. I didn't really think about the reasoning. I was just trying to figure out what was going on. Um,
Yeah. I'm in shock.
yeah, but I was like looking up a lot of stuff trying to see if I could see anything online about it or what if there was any follow up to what happened. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was really odd and kind of shook me for that night. I was like, well, and this was like a couple days after the open casket funeral as well. So I was just like, well, this is an interesting couple days with death, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, then we had New Year's. New Year's was it gets better from there. That's basically the I don't know. Those are just both really interesting things that were new for me. Um,
Yeah.
but New Year's I got together with or wait New Year's Eve I was with my family. We did like some. My dad made some like wings, and we is that when we washed Glass Onion? Maybe that is. I don't remember now. But we had some wings, had some family time. It's nice. And then New Year's Day, I got together with some of my friends that are in our Discord. My church friends, I like to call them, even though none of us go to church anymore. Uh, but did that. Yeah, we did a little Smash, had some pizza, and then played Monopoly. It was one of our friends' first time playing Monopoly, and
Oh.
he got I think he got second place, and I lost. uh, Dude, I've never played a game of Monopoly like that. Our friend Vanessa, she usually when you play Monopoly, you don't have to worry too much about like the first like brown slot and the like the light blue like on the first side of the board, like even before jail, like those areas there.
Yeah.
But she had gotten like I mean, she was doing a whole bunch of deals like pretty much every round. And she had gotten monopolies on both of those and just immediately dumped as much money as she could to get as much houses and hotels on there, like putting herself at risk to go bankrupt by falling on someone else's place, but she never did. And then
Yeah.
all of us proceeded to land on all of her tiles every single time. And I have never seen someone win off of the worst two like monopolies in the game. I
That's
was like
fucking crazy.
I was like, what the hell is going on? That is insane. Um so that kind of I mean it was fun, but it sucked. Uh, uh, then we did a little bit of Cards Against Humanity. And that was also the night where it was yeah, it was New Year's Day where there was like so much fog. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was like crazy foggy. And thankfully I knew I knew the route really well to get like home. And it was like main roads and stuff, but like it was I have never seen that much fog like at all. I don't think. I was gonna say like at night, but like in the morning, I don't think I've seen it that foggy before either. It was
Yeah.
like really thick fog. Um, and yeah, that was a little spooky, but I was driving with someone else, and the roads were pretty lit as well. There was a few people who were driving with one headlight. Like one of them was out, and we thought they were like
Oh,
motorcycles or something at first, and then they would pass us, and we're like, "Oh no, that's a full car." Uh, yeah, yeah, that was so cool though. Like how foggy that was. It was
yeah,
cool, but also I guess somewhat scary. Um, no one was driving drunk that we could tell. Uh,
that's good.
um, then a few days later, I had to correct my sleep for some reason. I don't remember what it was. Um, but I got on a really bad sleep schedule for a while. Surprise, surprise! But it was worse than it was worse than usual. And I had gotten like a really weird headache one day, and like I don't know, like I just ended up like sleeping for a very long time. Or just staying in bed for a very long time and just not feeling great. And I finally like got out of I got out of bed at like dinner time to have dinner. Um, and then I still wasn't feeling that great, so I went back to bed after that. And I think I ended up like actually getting up and doing things at like 11 p.m. or something. I'm like, this is really, really, really bad. Um, and so I did my first like all nighter that night, and
Mm.
I think yeah, I did an all nighter, and my neighbors who have done multiple of these before were giving me guidance and stuff. But
Surprised it was your first, to be honest.
yeah, no, I kind of did like one when I was younger, for like a church event thing. It was like an all nighter, like we went to like a really fun like recreation center, with a whole bunch of shit there, and that was like an all nighter thing. But like I think I went to bed like when I got home, which was like 8 a.m. or something like that. So like
Yeah,
I stayed up all night, but I didn't like stay up the day after. Um,
right.
but this time I did, but like I took like a couple like mini naps. And my friends were like, "That's not a real all nighter anymore." I was like, "Yes, it is." Um, but I took a couple like 2 hour naps or something like that. Um, but during that time, I watched the show Kaleidoscope. I'm not sure if you heard anything about that.
I've heard
Um,
about it. Yeah.
yeah, it has Giancarlo Esposito in the main role, and it's like a show about a heist, but Netflix gives you a random order for the episodes.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of it's made to be like that. It was good. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but it was interesting to watch. But I binged all of that day on my all nighter day. Did a lot of RuneScape. Got my quest cape, and then got it again because a new quest came out, um, 2 days ago.
Good job,
And
man.
yeah, I know well, actually, one of them was very hard, but thank you. I
Oh.
appreciate that genuine compliment that you just gave me there.
No, yeah, I'm
Um,
extremely proud of you
yeah.
for spending how much time? How much time do you think you've spent on RuneScape in the past
um,
month?
in the past 2 weeks is the real question. um, no comments. And and finally last night I watched. Well, it said I was watching some YouTube, and I saw in like the suggested it was like free with ads. Perks of being a wallflower. I'm like, oh, I've been meaning to watch that for a long
Oh,
time, but with my ad block, it was just free. I wasn't sure if it would still work, but the ads they didn't happen. So,
uh,
um, but yeah, I watched that, and that was a very good. Have you seen that movie before?
oh yeah, that's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, very good movie. I got very sad at the end. Didn't
Yeah,
I was like, I knew this movie gets sad, or yeah, I knew that this movie would get sad, but yeah, it hit me, and I was like, God damn. Um, Very good movie. Emma Watson has great acting, but not a great American accent. uh,
Ezra Miller too. We can't forget about Ezra Miller.
yeah, this is he normally British?
Well, no, no, I'm just saying. Can't forget his great performance.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, he actually does pretty well. I thought he did really well. Um,
Yeah,
Not a great person nowadays. I don't know what he was like then,
no,
but yeah, he was getting Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd. God damn, what a man. Um,
And Percy Jackson,
and Percy Jackson.
Logan Lerman.
That's the only thing I've seen him in. But apparently he did. I think he did Perks of Being a Wallflower after Percy Jackson, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because he looks so much younger in the Wallflower movie. But I also
Have you
just
watched Bullet Train?
I have not. No, is he in there?
You know, he's got a small role, but he's in there.
Dang, that's sick.
Yeah, I love Logan Lerman. He's great.
Yeah, I need to watch Bullet Train. But yeah, that's pretty much all my things over my break. It's just a lot of, especially in the last 2 weeks, was a lot of just relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the film finally came out. Actually, I'm going to link the film again in this episode because I forgot to do it on the episode I said that I would. But the film that I scored came out. It came out, I think, a couple days after I said it was going to. But beyond my control. Yeah, that's out now. Soundtrack and everything is out, so I'll link that again in this episode.
You better go watch that.
Yeah, go watch that. Watch some student projects and stuff. Yeah, but we got some music news, a bunch of stuff. The first thing I have written down is that Rex Orange County, he was legally cleared of the sexual assaults allegations. I think it was cleared with video evidence from that night, as well as like a statement from that person's partner. So like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know, like I feel better about it, but at the same time, I'm gonna need a little bit of time to readjust to the music. It still makes me feel a little weird, even though it probably shouldn't. But you know,
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good to see, very good to see. But like you said, a little bit of readjustment time.
Yeah, I think we're probably not alone in that, but you know,
No.
it's just one of those things. But that's good to hear it was cleared, and hopefully, you know, I feel more comfortable with it, with there being like video evidence and that kind of stuff, and a statement from the person's partner. That makes me feel better. And like if those details weren't there, it'd kind of still be like, but you know, but there was that. Vessel by 21 Pilots turned 10 years old on the 7th, I think it was. I don't remember. And they did like a long ass 8th, yeah. They did like a long ass live stream that I didn't watch live, but I watched later. Did you watch it by any chance?
I did watch it. I watched it live because I am
nice.
I'm a good clicky. Okay,
you're a real fan, yeah. But they did like a bunch of acoustic versions of every song on there, with Tyler and Josh on one song. Yeah. There was a whole bit as like Tyler was doing, you know, acoustic versions of each of the songs, that Josh was finding parts of his drum kit like everywhere. Like got one at the neighbor's house, found one in his car or something. I think one was at a garage sale. Yeah.
Yeah. They had their dads come in for a bit.
Yeah. Also their wives. I think it's like the first time I've like seen Debbie Ryan like with all of them before, like in like video format. Like you've seen pictures and stuff before, but it was like, damn, yeah, that's Debbie Ryan hanging out with Tyler Joseph. it's just still like kind of odd, but you know.
Yeah. Like when Rosie came in, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that is.
She's so big.
That is a girl.
Yeah, her hair is so long now. It's like
no longer
when she was born. Yeah, when she was born and she looked exactly like Tyler, it was like, wow. And now she's just Jenna.
Yeah, she looks so much like Jenna. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? But Junie was there too. Good to see her. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a.
Oh, sorry.
No, that was a very cool live stream. They released like a special vinyl with some regional best stuff on it.
Yeah, it's the deluxe edition that was like released in the UK. I have like the CD version of that vinyl.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But apparently that should be coming to Spotify at some point.
Oh
So
shit, really?
yeah,
Ooh. Okay. We're gonna
but
get
yeah, well,
Kitchen Sink and Forest on streaming services for first time in a long time.
yeah, but yeah, Tyler was like talking about regional at best, and he was like, "Hey man, we just wanted to release something that we could tour with."
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
I have that written down in mine as well. Yeah.
yeah, so good to see that it was acknowledged. Um,
Yeah, I think it really cleared the air on a lot of regional at best stuff because for those of you unfamiliar, I mean, we just did the artist analysis recently, but regional at best, it's like this. I don't know. Well, it's always been considered an album, at least by the fan base. But like, it was released in 2011, and it has a whole bunch of songs from Vessel on it, but they're like early versions of them. So like they were like remastered for Vessel is how it was always kind of seen. But the way they talked about it, and also like with them going through like they went through like some demos during the live stream of like Ode to Sleep and Trees, um, and you could tell that they were the regional at best versions. So really, what that means is regional at best literally was a bunch of demos, which was not really like clear beforehand.
oh,
But yeah, like you said, they released it just to tour with for the most part, just something to be on the table that they could sell and sing the songs from, um,
yeah,
which was really interesting to hear and see
yeah.
like the breakdowns and stuff. There's also when they did the demo of Trees, we got to not only hear regional best Trees, which is not the greatest version, but it was regional best Trees without the auto tune, which in some ways was even worse than with the auto tune. Yeah, that was
Uh,
yeah.
I think he showed like parts like a part of the Guns for Hands demo
Hmm.
where he's doing the yeah that
Yeah,
part.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's like, yeah, doing that in my parents' basement at 17.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, good live stream, very
It was
good.
a great one, and they also debuted a new song at the end of it too.
Yeah, yeah, wonderful. Absolutely,
mm,
like some of my favorite stuff they've ever done.
yeah,
Honestly,
yeah, they took some shoegaze influence on it. It
yeah.
was great.
I heard a little bit of Death Grips in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
Josh,
loud.
yeah, they didn't do any audio checking beforehand, but it was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really fun. Um, do you have anything else to say about that?
No, not really. It was cool to come back from vacation and have that to look forward to.
Hell
So
yeah.
nice to watch that. My dad was painting and stuff the whole time while it was on. He was like, "Is this supposed to be entertaining?" I was like, "I'm having a good time."
Well, you just don't get it, Dad.
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
yeah. But we got some music announcements and teases from a couple bands, and you may know of a couple
Yeah.
more that I don't know of. But Fall Out Boy, I don't really see too much on it, but I did see that they were teasing a new music. I don't know if it was new album or new song or what.
I mean, it's a new song coming out on the 18th, but I'm sure it's an album as well.
Probably. If there's a new song, probably going to be that as well. I think I heard a little snippet of it, and it sounds like they're going not Mania, which is good.
Yeah.
Uh, um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm interested to see that after now being cultured on Fall Out Boy on our artist analysis. Um,
Mhm.
now I'm like obligated to see. It's funny the stuff that we see in there. It's like, well, now I've listened to every other one of their albums, so now I got to listen to that one too, uh, just to keep up. Um,
Yeah.
got that. Lovejoy, Mr. Wilbur Soots. He well, they announced a new album song. I actually don't know. Something that's coming out this month as well, I believe. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll see how that is and report back in. And Nothing But Thieves, we're also kind of doing a little bit of teasing, or Connor was. Connor, lead singer, he was saying that this is his favorite record so far by far. The one that they're working on. So Maybe we'll get that this year, or maybe it'll be next year. But good to know that something is in the works and it's sounding good according to Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
Yeah.
There was a new Paramore song that
Oh,
came
was
out
there?
yesterday. Yep. It's something in French,
Hmm.
but it's very good. It's playing with their playing with their styles again. Not sticking to one thing, which is very cool.
Hell yeah.
Not as good as the other two, in my opinion, but I only listened to it once, so it might grow on me.
Mm.
That album comes out in less than a month, so I'm excited for that. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any more music news that I forgot about, but
I have run through my list except for going through our end of the month for December.
yeah, I don't have much for that. To be honest, so
Okay. Yeah.
kind of I took a little break from music.
I did too. I
Uh,
have not listened to a lot. I did listen to some like in the early December, but not like a lot. Like after like
yeah,
during break I have not listened to like much.
that's I gotta look back and see if I listened to anything other than Kid Cudi. To be honest.
Really?
Uh,
I mean, I'll probably
well,
yeah.
just no, okay. Jid counts. I listened to Jid at the beginning of December.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Well, Conditions of a Punk came out that year, or
oh
that
yeah,
year. Well, I mean, yes, that year, I guess, but
yeah, that counts.
that month. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
I mean, I
yeah,
don't
I
really
have.
have. We can just like briefly talk about. I don't really have in-depth thoughts on like any of my stuff I have here. So.
Yeah, all right. But yeah, I listened to Forever Story by Jid. That was great.
Mm.
Top 6 album of the year. I listened to Conditions of Punk. That was pretty good. And Kid Cudi. Listen to the episode if you want to hear our full thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
What did you listen to, Mike?
I also listened to "Conditions of a Punk" by Half Alive. I still want to listen. I need actually. Maybe I should do that today. I want to listen to it again just to get a solid opinion. But
Yeah.
still kind of on it. Me personally. I listened to "Snake Eyes" by 100 Gex, which was a little EP with like 3 songs. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to "Hypochondriac" by BrokeN, which I really liked. That record was in my top 10. I don't remember what place it got, but very good album, like hyper pop ish, but also kind of emo rap. It's weird. It's a combination of a lot of stuff, but really good record. Like that one a lot. No Thank You by Little Sims, another really good record, but also one that I need to listen to more of that I still have not. Then I have a couple things that was recommended to me by one of my friends. One was Anti Mai, I think, by the Deer Hunter, and it's like progressive rock type stuff. But I think it came out this year. I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. And then she also had me listen to Blaster Piece by Bear Ghost, and I did not like this one as much. A little. I don't know. It had some interesting stuff in there that I thought was really good, but it was very like theater core kind of stuff that I'm not personally into as much. But it's all right. Gotta listen and learn. And Kid Cudi as well. My thoughts have not changed on that either. So go watch the Kid Cudi discography artist analysis. The last thing I listened to was Seasons Winter by Weezer.
Yeah.
And didn't like it as much. It was fine.
I forgot to listen to that as well.
Yeah, you did listen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, it follows the trend of each of those EPs being whatever.
Yeah, it kind of went into one ear right at the other, but it's
Mm-hmm.
Weezer, so some stuff will do that for you.
Yeah. Um, the only thing about the Weezer thing I remember is the basketball song was not great. I did not like that one. But yeah, that's all I listen to. And January, I mean, I have a lot either because the Weezer's, well, spoiler alert, I listened to the Weezer album in January, but it came out in December. Um, but I have not listened to anything at all this year so far, and it is the 13th. So, yeah.
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 Well, I mean, I started listening. I haven't listened all the way through it, but I started listening to it's called. I think it's "Dirty Computer" by Janelle Monáe.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, I started listening to that because she was in Glass Onion.
Mm-hmm.
So, from the few songs I've heard from it, pretty good. You know,
Cool.
it's she got a good voice.
Yeah,
But,
the only song I know from that is the "Make Me Feel," which I listened to somewhat recently as well, and was like, I like this more than I did when it was a hit. But yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Don't have a lot to say about music as of right now, but
yeah. You know what? Fuck.
believe me,
I was gonna say
huh?
fuck music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. You know
Yeah.
what? I think let's be the movie guys now.
Yeah, we're gonna change brands this year, guys.
Right before episode 100.
Instead of artist analysis, we're now gonna do director discography.
Oh God, that would be awful.
We're gonna watch every Spielberg movie this week, guys. Oh wait, that was another thing.
Oh,
I watched that movie that was on Steven Spielberg that he made. That I forgot to write down. Yes, The Fablemans. Thank you. That was a good movie. Pretty good movie. I liked it. Had Paul Dano in
I
it.
am not. I have meant to watch it, but I am not yet.
Yeah, it gets interesting at some points, but very well acted. Very interesting story to it. And I did not know Steven Spielberg directed it, but it makes sense. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, good movie.
Yeah. I got a lot of movies that I gotta watch still. I gotta watch. I kind of want to watch Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna watch The Whale with Brendan Fraser.
Right, is that out yet?
It was out in theaters. I don't know if it's out on streaming yet, but
Okay.
I watch that. I want to watch The Fablemans. I want to watch. That there was a new movie with like Colin Farrell that came out, like the Banshees in a Shin or something like that. But that apparently that's very good. The Golden Globes happened.
Right.
That.
Right.
And Ki Hui Kwan
Yeah.
won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He had a great speech.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that guy.
I saw that speech, and yeah, it's so wholesome. What a man.
He deserves
Love
it.
that man.
What a guy. And then Michelle Yeoh also won for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Nice.
And they tried to play her off stage, and she was like, "Shut up."
Love it.
She was like, I will beat you up, and that's serious."
Yes.
She was great. And then Angela Bassett won for the first like acting award for any Marvel character.
Who's that?
She was Black Panther's mom.
Oh, okay.
Which very well deserved. She was great in the second Black Panther. But yeah, good to. I like watching those stupid little award shows.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just very happy to see Ki Hui Kwan and Michelle Yeoh won.
Yeah, hopefully for the Oscars, that movie gets a lot of recognition too.
It's fucking better.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Steven Spielberg won for The Fablemans for best like drama movie.
Oh, cool.
Of course, because it's Steven Spielberg. So.
Yeah. Well, actually, that was one of the parts of Ki Hui Hung's speech that was really cool is that Steven Spielberg was there or whatever,
Yeah,
and like he gave him. I know he did Indiana Jones. Did he also do the Goonies?
I I think Steven Spielberg did the Goonies.
I'm
Pretty
actually
sure.
not sure about that, but
I'll look that up right now.
all right, but yeah, he gave him Temple of Doom, which was his first thing. So like it was really full circle seeing that.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Okay, gotcha.
No.
But yeah, no, I mean just really
Oh,
sick.
he did the story.
Oh, okay. So maybe
He did the story.
maybe he recommended him. I don't know.
Maybe
Or maybe he
he did the
wrote the role
story.
for him.
Maybe that's possible as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did the story, and then Chris Columbus, the guy who did the first few
Really?
Harry Potters, did the screenplay.
Huh. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I don't have anything
Movie.
else. But we are at like 55 minutes, so
Perfect.
yeah.
We can just jump to the song of the week then.
Hell
I guess.
yes.
Ready?
You are up this week.
All right. I made a playlist for the flight. It was pretty good. They all had good transitions in it.
Mm.
Um, Would you rather hear?
Unlimited
I
bacon.
mean, both songs are songs you've heard, but would you rather listen to Tame Impala or Childish Gambino?
Mm. Uh, do we have? Hold on, I'm gonna check the playlist. Do we have either of them in there right now? Let me check.
Yeah, you have Me and Your Mama.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, because I
I
think
think,
yeah, I did that one. Is Tame Impala in there at all?
yeah.
No. Let's do Tame Impala then.
All right. Then it's gonna be Eventually by Tame Impala.
Ooh, good one.
That was Eventually by Tame Impala. What do you
Yeah,
think, Mike?
great song. One of my favorites from him, if not my favorite, honestly. It's a contender. We'll probably talk more about him whenever we get to an artist analysis from him. But yeah, that's a great song. I love the production on it. I love the beat a lot. I love how it changes throughout. It's great.
Mm-hmm. It's a very, very good song and a great plain song as well.
I can imagine. Yeah.
My playlist went. I think it went. It was Sunflower to take off to, and then Kyoto, and then it went into Eventually. It was just a nice, calm way to start the flight.
Yeah, really vibey.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, love that song. Love Tame Impala. Very excited to do his artist analysis at some point.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But what do you got for us, Mike?
Well, like I said, have not been listening to a lot of music. And I was looking through a bunch of my stuff, figuring out what I wanted to do. And I'm kind of in a Radiohead mood a little bit. So it happens. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I wanted to give you something that I don't think you've heard before. So I am going to go... Guitar or piano?
Go guitar.
All right. Well, we're going guitar. So I'm going to go with Give Up the Ghost by Radiohead.
Give Up the Ghost.
Hell yeah. All right. That was... Did you clap?
Yeah.
That was Give Up the Ghost by Radiohead. What did you think of that, Colin?
It was really good. It's got that Radiohead feel. Definitely a Radiohead song.
Yes, so.
Got that, Tom's nice haunting vocals, and
Mm-hmm.
it was very calm, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't listen to the lyrics; they're probably fucked up in some way.
Yeah, they're probably sad. Honestly, don't really exactly know what they're for. But sad lyrics.
But yeah, great song. I've enjoyed every Radiohead thing I've heard, so
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a really underrated one from them, in my opinion. I like it a lot. I think it's really calming, like you said, really soothing. I love the how they use the loops on that one, the "Don't Haunt Me" thing going on in the background. Uh, I forgot how long that song ends for. And like it like the climax happens like literally at like the halfway point of the track, and then it just dies down for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But it does it well. But I forgot how long it was. But yeah, I love that song a lot. One of the ones from them that goes under the radar a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well,
I'm very excited for that artist analysis as well.
me too. That'll be an interesting one. A long one, but it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yep. Okie
Yes,
dokie.
sir.
Well, I don't have anything else to talk about. You want to take us out, Colin?
I can take us out. If you're watching, if you're listening, thanks for both. We love you. We love all of you.
Yeah.
It's very good to be back, and you'll actually see our faces if you're on YouTube next week,
Mm-hmm.
because we'll be back in person, and you'll get to see my full beard and Mike's shaved face.
Yes.
Uh, but
We just taped my beard onto his face.
yeah, I snuck in, grabbed all of his shavings, and taped into my face.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, thanks for that. If you want to see us on YouTube and you're tired of just listening to us, you can do that.
Yeah.
Same name. But if you're tired of seeing our faces, you can go to any streaming services and listen to us only.
Those are all linked in the description.
Everything's linked. Everything I'm about to talk about is linked for the most part. If you want to listen to our songs of the week, there are 3 playlists. There's one for me, one for Mike, and one for the both of us and guests that we've had for almost 100 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very long playlist, but it's good stuff. You can listen to "Give Up the Ghost" by Radiohead, or "Eventually" by David Paula. But if you'd like to find us in other places, Mike is everywhere. He's got a Spotify everywhere you can listen to his music, along with every other place you listen to music. It's everywhere. Go listen to it. It's great.
Hell yeah.
Coping mechanism, and also his soundtrack for Red Under Wraps, the student film.
Yep.
You listen to both of those things. They're great. Go do
Yeah.
it.
Also, the movie will be
Do your-
linked.
Yeah, go watch the movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah, give yourself a little treat and listen to Mike's music.
Yeah.
You can find his album of the year, where he reviews music and albums.
Mm-hmm.
You can find his, his Twitter or his TikTok, or and just he's everywhere, man. He's right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find. Did I miss anything for you?
No, I don't think so.
All right. You can find me in a couple places. I run the TikTok and the Twitter for the podcast. I haven't made a TikTok in a bit, but I'll get on that soon. And Twitter is just there to remind you when an episode comes out. That's there. I also have an album of the year where I review albums and such. And a Letterboxd where I review movies. It's good stuff. And then I have a old Instagram album review page that you can go in there, excavate, do a little bit of archaeology. Might want to wear a mask so you don't get dust in your lungs, because there's a lot of that there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Go check all those out.
go check all those out,
Yeah.
and we will see you next week.
With our first episode of Director Discography.
Yes, it's gonna be a long one. It's might be the longest podcast
Yeah.
ever.
We're going to watch them all on podcast as well.
Yeah, it's literally gonna be a movie.
Mm-hmm.
A James Cameron movie, to
Yes.
be exact.
We're doing
But we're
James
doing Steven
Cameron.
Spielberg.
Oh, okay. Double feature.
Yeah, obviously. James Cameron doesn't have like a ton, I don't think.
I have no idea.
I mean, you watch Titanic, Avatar.
The remastering Titanic, so right in
I
time.
know. Love that.
Mm,
He just needs more money for the Avatar sequels.
yes.
Um, but yeah, we'll see you next week with our rebranded podcast.
Mm.
We'll still be BrokeN Boys, but we'll be the movie men as well.
The movie man,
Uh,
yes.
so I hope you enjoyed. Uh, go watch the Brokies if you haven't. It's a great
Yes.
time. Go admire Mike's editing.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, love you. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.